Hi, I'm back to make fun of another scam investment advertisement and point out the techniques the scammers use in their attempt to steal your money. This video was made by the same team of fraudsters as the Quantum Code scam video in 2016, with amendments in 2017, I think. The dodgy scheme has a different brand name, but it's the same underlying scam software. I personally haven't been fed it by a YouTube advertiser, but apparently it does appear here. I found a cut-down version on Facebook, and I took this full-length video from a website that is currently running the scam. The fraudsters who ran this scam didn't care about the investors they duped and stole money from. They also didn't give a thought to the damage they would cause via association to the reputations of the actors they got to play the key roles in the video. I'll admit, when I first saw the Quantum Code advert, I assumed that the actors must be in on the crime. But after I'd done what I laughingly call my research, I came to understand that they just booked a job for an advert or infomercial without being fully informed about the nature of the lines they would be expected to speak, and they didn't realise that it was a criminal enterprise. Acting is a precarious line of work, and getting a role can be the difference between making your rent this month or not. You turn up and you do the work, and maybe you don't think too much about what you're told to say. Some of the poor actors ended up getting subpoenaed in 2017, and they'd probably be happy to put the incident behind them. But unfortunately, all these years later, a new generation of scammers have duplicated the videos, and they're using them to attract a new set of people they can rip off. That's why I'm looking at this scam-busting video now. And I'd like to make it clear that I'm making fun of the characters, not the actors, who I think are good at their jobs and didn't deserve what happened to them. Here we go.
Watch this short presentation until the end for details on how to get started in less than 7 minutes from now.
We start with a stark message to create a sense of urgency. We can earn the curiously precise amount of $5,700, but it's the final day. We just have to watch this short presentation, to the end mind, and get started in less than 7 minutes. You don't mind spending 7 minutes, do you? What this screen fails to mention is that the full advert runs for a bum-numbing 32 minutes. A man quickly gets out of his car, backed by some urgent music. Intriguing so far. Is he a cop? A criminal about to rob a bank? Yesterday. Obviously, this video is intended to appear timely for every viewer, whatever day of the year they see it. The caption ties in with the previous screen's final day wording, keeping the urgent momentum going. I watched this video in August, so for me it is set in high summer. The caption gives the identity of our mystery man. He's Stephen Abrahams, and he's CEO of Tesler Investments. Tesla, you say? That sounds like a familiar company name. This is, of course, deliberate. The scammers are trading off the awareness people have of the company name, but obviously it's got nothing to do with the car company. Quantum Code did something similar when Michael Crawford talked about people knowing the name but just not realising it was his company. A claim that relied on us vaguely recalling the phrase quantum computing from somewhere. The scammers who keep reposting this Tesla Investments video often make it pretty obvious by using Elon Musk as their profile picture. Stephen is apparently in the habit of making house calls, and we're about to meet Katie, a new member. Member of what is not explained.
Hey! Wow!
Here she is! Long-suffering viewers of my channel may recall how disappointed I was when Michael Crawford's diligent PA/air hostess, Tasha, vanished from the Quantum Code story early on. Now it is clear to me that in thanks for her service to her country, a grateful nation gave Tasha a new secret identity and relocated her under witness protection. The only requirement was that she must not draw attention to herself in any way, so it's a shame that in the middle of August, she has decided to hang a Christmas garland on her front door.
Do you know who I am?
Yes, of course. Hi, Stephen. What a surprise. I recognize you from the website, the Tesler website.
Listen, I'm sorry to drop in unannounced, but I know we had a Skype call scheduled for a little bit later today, right? So can I ask you, how was yesterday's first day with Tesler?
Oh, it was great. One of the Tesler team showed me how to set up my account in like 2 minutes.
The soundtrack music has changed from urgent and ominous to perky and upbeat. Tasha, or Katie, is apparently impressed that Stephen, the big cheese of Tesla, is visiting her in person. This is to establish in our minds that Stephen has an impressive reputation, and it's something of an honour that he's doing this. So they are using a more subtle approach than Quantum Code, which had Michael Crawford repeatedly telling us from the start how rich he is. But, is this truly a realistic scenario? I don't think so. More likely, Tasha would be saying things like, "Hello? Yes, I downloaded your investment software, but I did not give you permission to come to my house, you creep. You've got no right. I mean, how did you find out my private address for a start? Have you been contravening data protection legislation? Get away from here." Or, "Oh no, this must be one of those horror film scenarios. You know, like that Japanese one with the cursed videotape. All I did was, download the Tesler software, and as a result, I've got a weird maniac at the door. I'm toast."
Okay, and have you checked back in on your account today?
No, but I had to really fight the urge. I promised not to check until tomorrow, like you asked.
That's great, Katie. Well, listen, tell you what, why don't we log in and check right now?
Yeah, of course. Come on in. Sorry.
Okay, thanks.
Of course, just have a seat over there.
Stephen doesn't seem very observant. Most people coming into Tasha's house might ask quite how she manages to play 3 guitars at the same time. The mind boggles.
Go ahead and have a seat on the couch.
Okay,
the
here?
computer's already up and everything.
Oh, look at that. All right. So, why don't you go ahead and log on?
It's great to see Tasha has got her MacBook back from Michael Crawford after he nicked it that time. I wonder if there is something in the Scam Expanded Universe where we find out how she retrieved it. A 12-volume comic book series or a Big Finish audio drama or something.
Okay. Now?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Is this for real?
It sure is.
No way. $5,700. You're kidding me.
Nope. And it'll pay out roughly the same every day, every single day.
But I didn't do anything.
Sure you did. You were the one who clicked trade yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
Already it was too late. The bait swallowed. The hook fast.
Tasha, or Katie, has told us it was easy to set up. She didn't do anything. And now she's $5,700 up. As proof, we see a screenshot that the filmmakers have obtained somehow, even though they are not looking over her shoulder. We don't have time to examine the screenshot in detail. It looks convincing enough, but it is fake. If we take off the made-up money Tasha now has in her account, that means she started the day with just 34 cents, which doesn't seem likely given the house she lives in. Of course, that could just be down to the generosity of the Witness Protection Program. Stephen tells her, and us, that it will pay out the same amount every single day. The scammers are now ready to move on to the next part of the sales pitch.
Hey, I'm Stephen Abrams from Tesler Investments. I made it my lifelong goal to help normal, everyday folks just like you make life-changing money in a matter of days from the internet, and today is the day your life changes forever.
We've changed location. Now we're in Stephen's office. It may be cause for concern that he is wearing exactly the same clothes as yesterday, complete with lapel microphone. He reminds us of who he is, in case we've got the attention span of a housefly with a lot on its mind. The filmmakers have apparently learnt something from Quantum Code's personality-lacking rented offices and decided to add a little set dressing. But there is nothing personal like a photograph of his family, and no pictures on the wall. What he does have is the same prop Apple iMac that was used in the Quantum Code offices for Michael and Sergey. Stephen's is a tiny garret of an office, and the filming angle makes it look as if he's squeezed into a corner, so all the props have had to be shoved onto his desktop. Possibly the filmmakers rented this particular office because of the view? Like Michael Crawford and some totally legitimate investment gurus, Stephen says he wants to help the little people by offering a surefire money-making opportunity. Surefire is my wording, and refers to the fact that you might as well set light to your cash because you'll achieve the same result doing that as investing in this scheme. Your money will be gone without leaving a forwarding address. Strangely, Stephen puts a time limit on his generosity because he's ramping up the urgency of the sales message by telling us today is the last day it's available.
Because it's the final day of this amazing offer of Tesler being available to the public for free. Let me start by asking you a question. Could you use an extra $5,700 in your bank account by the end of today? Would that help out? Of course it would. How about over $1 million in less than 6 months from now? Let me tell you something. However much money you think you need to change your life and live your dreams, I'm offering you 100 times more. It's important you know that what's on offer here is 100% free, and it's most definitely not like anything you have ever seen before.
Actually, it is most definitely very like something we've seen before. With false promises of a free way to earn bucket loads of money, it is very similar to quantum code.
In fact, you know what? Your life is about to change forever, right now. Your finances are going to get better beyond your wildest dreams, and all because of something called lead patterns. So please remember that. Lead patterns. Lead patterns.
Right. Got it. Lead pants.
You are about to find out exactly what lead patterns are and how they are about to revolutionize making money via the internet. I'll explain exactly what lead patterns are in just a moment and how they are going to change everything for you.
In just a moment? Where have I heard that before? It generally means they aren't going to mention it again for some time.
First, let me tell you why Tesler came about. I first started developing Tesler with the aim that anybody could make money from home. I wanted to make sure that there was no risk involved, to make sure that it's mathematically impossible to lose money. So even your average Joe from the street can live the dream with no previous knowledge or experience. It had to be foolproof. Click, click, simple. And it should never lose money by the end of any given day. Ever.
Stephen repeats that it is impossible to lose using the Tesla system, just as Michael Crawford told us that quantum was 100% guaranteed. It's a lie.
If it's in any doubt whatsoever, Tesler does not place the trade. This level of safety can only be achieved by analyzing data at the deepest level and in the fastest possible time. And more about this in a moment. It really was that simple in principle. If in doubt, don't trade. And the fun part was elevating what I had created to take it from a few $100 a week to a few thousand a day. Then, after months of testing and tweaking, I finally did it. The result? The Tesler trading system. I remember the feeling of sheer exhilaration when my wife Angela and I sat down together at my laptop watching Tesler trade for the first time. We were just looking at the screen, and win after win after win. It was never ending, like watching a Las Vegas fruit machine pay out the house $1 million jackpot. Win, win, win. Hundreds of dollars pouring in every hour, thousands every day. And the only losers here are the markets. And I don't know about you, but I'm not going to lose any sleep over that.
There's a lot of repetition to drive the point home. Win, win, win. Stephen also sets up a false opposition by saying the markets are losing, when in reality, the markets are simply a platform where people invest or place bets.
Hyper-responsive data speed and analysis of 3 million market variables. That's what gives the Tesler trader its leading edge. And it only takes a few minutes to run on a daily basis. Tesler is fresh, it's new, and on top of that, it's 100% free. F-R-E-E, free.
Right. Got it. F-R-A-U-D, fraud.
So, if you pay close attention for the next 4 minutes and 27 seconds, it's going to make you a lot of money.
4 minutes and 27 seconds is oddly precise, and it's remarkable that Stephen can time his statement so precisely. I couldn't hazard a guess about what I'm going to say during the next 4 minutes and 27 seconds, and I'm working from a script, but I'm pretty sure it is not going to make me a lot of money.
Also, because the world of trading changes daily, I just want to prove to you that this is current. You can see today's date right here. See that? Great.
Well, no, that was flashed up on screen so quickly that it was difficult to take in. But as we pause, we can see it's January 10, 2017. Stephen himself doesn't say the date out loud, so it's possible the scammers plan to update the newspaper page screen grab regularly as the months went on. And his iMac screen displays a totally different website. So where is this Wall Street Journal page meant to have come from?
Now here's the deal. There's nothing I love more than helping people change their lives. Really. Knowing that my knowledge and investment in technology can make everyday normal people, good honest folk just like you, rich beyond your wildest dreams and in next to no time at all. And let me be completely honest and transparent with you. I have absolutely nothing to sell you, so put away your wallet. But I'm looking to make you my very next success story. So I'm prepared to let you test drive Tesler for the next 41 days completely free of charge, and to see for yourself how on average it can make you between $5,700 and as much as $10,000 per day. After the first 41 days, and not before, you'll simply be charged a small operating commission of just 0.5%. So, for example, let's say you make $5,700 on day 42.
Stephen is interrupted by another method of increasing the urgency of the message. There are only 9 places left. As this is a pre-recorded video, every time it is played, there will be 9 places left at this timestamp. But the scammers want you to think that it is happening live as you watch.
We will automatically take a small commission of just $28. To put it another way, for every $10,000 pure profit you make, we will deduct just $50. Yes, just $50 from your trading account with Tesler. That leaves you with a net profit of $9,950 for every $10,000 you make. So I get to change lives, and you get to become very rich. After 41 days, I get to make a small 0.5% cut on top. And just for your peace of mind, we never deduct our 0.5% cut until 1 whole month after you have withdrawn your profits. Oh, and you can withdraw your profits as often as you want and within 1 minute of the profits being made. That's up to you.
There is absolutely no doubt or qualification in Stephen's statements. We will definitely make thousands, and we can withdraw the money immediately. His suggestion that he'll take a tiny cut of the profits after 41 days adds credibility. He's not a saint who is just doing this for no personal gain on his part. We now get some testimonials from some ordinary people who are supposedly Tesla customers. In fact, they have just been hired by the scammers to read a short script in return for money, maybe on Fiverr or a similar online service. Sadly, these are rather tame in comparison with the hilarious examples Quantum Code had. There's also another live update saying the number of places has gone down.
Take a quick look at what some of my new partners have been making. Oh, and every single one of these people are from very normal, everyday walks of life.
I'm a missionary and I'm currently stationed in Somalia. As you may know, the pay is quite small for my line of work, and I really don't mind. My driving force is helping kids and families dealing with hunger and poverty here in Somalia. I joined the system to hopefully make money to build a new hospital here. Well, so far, after 30 days, I've made a total of $45,267.61. This is like a true blessing.
I'm now averaging over $1,000 a day. It worked exactly like he said it would.
In just 90 days, I was able to profit over $497,000.
$45,927.34 in less than 30 days. I'm now totally debt-free thanks to this new system.
My first week ever using your system, I made $8,269.12 in pure profit.
I've made over $153,928.18 in the last 60 days from following the simple step-by-step instructions you gave me. Dude, I just bought my dream car, a brand new Range Rover.
So if you have a job, but you're looking for a way out of the rat race, this is for you. If you're sick and tired of being broke and unable to even pay your bills, this is for you. If you're unemployed and at Last Chance Saloon, this is for you. If you're a single mom receiving government benefits, this is for you. If you're a beach bum like my son, this is for you. Whatever your personal situation, if you want to make $1 million and leave the rat race behind you, this is for you. Even if you have no particular skills and zero previous experience in what I'm about to share with you, you can still make $5,700 by this time tomorrow with this.
Stephen tells us that the Tesla system is suitable for everyone. This is a lie. Even if the software worked, it's a binary options product, and the vast majority of people who play the markets with binary options lose all their money. You can even lose more than you stake. It is definitely not suitable for unsophisticated investors like me, and probably you too. And that's if the software actually works. It could easily just have a display that makes it look as if you were making an investment, while immediately stealing your money instead. The scammers are keen to rip off as many people as possible. Stephen says you can make the money by tomorrow, which contradicts the previous messaging that said you could make it today.
Tesler Investments is my own personal company that I grew from nothing to a current value of over 673 million US dollars. My personal fortune, as you're about to see, is in excess of $384 million. I'm now finalizing plans to go public with Tesler, and my financial team are predicting a windfall of over $1 billion when we float. And that's great news for you too, because when you join me today, you'll not only be making life-changing money by this time tomorrow, but you will also be in for a nice slice of the action when Tesla goes public.
Stephen appears to suggest here that we will become shareholders in Tesla by taking up the free trial. It seems an odd way to run a business for a self-made millionaire and CEO to give up equity in his business to a bunch of strangers in return for a zero investment from them. Is he perhaps totally insane? Or has he been taking surreptitious swigs from those curious bottles he has on his desk during the fake customer testimonials? It would explain a lot. Now it's time for the traditional history we always get from people who want us to invest in their new scheme. This is to paint a picture of the main character and make them appear more trustworthy. Like Quantum Code's Michael Crawford, Stephen has appeared in a lot of financial magazines.
I know by now you're wondering, what's in it for me? Well, I'll cover that in just a moment. First, let me run through my background. As I said, I am the founder and CEO of Tesler Investments. You may have read about me in World Finance or Forbes magazine. I've also appeared on CNN Business, Bloomberg Squawk, BBC News, and many other global business news productions. And if you'll join me, I'm about to turn you into my next success story. My nickname in Wall Street is Mr. Midas.
Mr. Midas is rather an unfortunate nickname. King Midas came to realize that his ability to turn absolutely everything he touched to gold was not a blessing, but a curse. And in some stories, he ended up with a pair of ass's ears. But as Stephen is a made-up character, nobody on Wall Street is actually calling him anything.
Not only because of my ability to make vast amounts of money for myself, but also for doing it for other people, too. The nickname also fits simply because of my love of money. I love money and everything that comes with it, including the gift of being able to give it to others. Yes, I have given over 50% of my income to needy people as well as to many charities around the world. Today, I would like to give you $1 million US for doing almost next to nothing. And I know it's important to you that I explain why. You see, back in February 2016, I decided to fund and to head the development of an initiative with the aim of making 10 investors $1 million each in under 181 days. And there are two amazing parts to this. Firstly, the investors didn't actually have to invest anything at all other than a really small amount of their time, about 5 minutes each day. And secondly, it was written in stone for me that all the investors had to come from everyday normal backgrounds. So normal people from normal lives with normal skills, and these normal people would become investors of time, not money. For now, let me give you two examples. One of our first investors was Jane from Wisconsin, who worked as a cleaner at McDonald's. She is a mother of 2 young boys, Zach and Marcus. The second example I will use is Matt from downtown New York, who before he joined Tesler was a taxi driver. Matt is 51 and was about to take early retirement due to ill health brought on by repetitive strain injury on both his knees. I'm happy to say he's since recovering well from an operation for 2 knee replacements. Wish you all the best, Matt. Jane, by the way, also left her job at McDonald's within 3 days of joining Tesler back in January.
It's odd that Stephen says Jane left McDonald's back in January, when 10th January is the date he recently showed us. So I'm speculating that there may have been at least one other version of the video with a screen grab of the Wall Street Journal from the previous year.
You see, both Jane and Matt, as well as all the other 8 members of the Tesler test group, have all received $1 million for their investment in Tesler. In fact, let me show you Matt's fast track to $1 million route. Okay, so I'm just going to log into our payments administration system and show you the history of this fast track millionaire journey. I'll just run a search on Matt's earnings from the Tesler trading app.
At least this bit explains how creepy Steve was able to find out Tasha's new address without her permission.
You see here he joined us approximately 190 days ago on May 14th, 2016.
Oops. In its attempt to fake evidence of Matt's profits, the video gives dates in the year 2016, so it is not remotely current. 190 days from then means that Stephen is speaking in November 2016, although in just a bit he'll refer to 11th November being just a few weeks ago. And we'll also see the date of 19th December on the fake screenshot of his Tesla earnings, which contradicts the 10th January date of today's Wall Street Journal. So some kind of time anomaly is definitely manifesting itself.
Here you can see the number of days he had been with the program. So this is his first day, his second day, third, and so on. So looking at the very first day he joined, he'd set the Tesler software to trade automatically, and in his very first day it made 27 trades. His trades made an average of $211.79 per trade. So by the end of his first day, he had made a profit of $5,718.24. And remember, this was his very first day. He'd never traded before. You can also see here that he was paid out in full the very next day. Paid $5,718.24. Okay, on day 2, the 15th of May 2016, the software made 24 trades. His trades made an average of $238.84 per trade. So by the end of his second day, he had made another full day's profit of $5,732.17. You can see here that this pretty much has remained constant throughout May. And if I click through to November 2016, where Matt crossed the $1 million mark, you can see again that the trades are constant like an atomic clock. By November 11th, just a few weeks ago, he had made his first million. 25 auto trades, averaging $231.50 per trade, and $5,787.46, meaning over those 181 days, he had made a total profit of $1,107,238.88. That's pretty impressive, right? And you can do exactly the same by joining me today and becoming my next success story. So I guess you're wondering, what is Tesler, and what's in it for you, Stephen?
No, Stephen, I've been wondering more about why the view from your window looks so much like a post-apocalyptic dystopian world. Let me just get a bit closer to the window and see what's outside. That was a bit surprising. Back to the scam video.
Okay, as I mentioned at the start, Tesler is a trading platform unlike any other trading software out there. And the reason it's different is because it has had over 50 million US dollars invested in it. 50 million USD that I was responsible for managing. Here you can actually see one of my payments to 4Advanced, who are the primary software developers I contracted to create and manage Tesler. You see here? That's a payment I transferred to them just a few weeks ago for over $7 million, and that's just one payment of many. So Tesler is well on its way to being fully completed as a trading platform, and it's already making its members, even those with zero experience, at least $5,700 per day on average. The project itself is about to start phase 2, which is why this page is here, and it's also why you are here too. You see, what I'm offering you today is a chance to enroll in the second phase of what we have named Tesler 2. And in summary, this means if you join us today, I'm giving you my word that you will receive $1 million spread out over the next 181 days. So pretty much an average of around $5,700 per day, or put another way, around $237 per hour, 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. Now let's just take a look at what happened earlier today after Katie had gotten over that initial shock of seeing her first $5,700 in clear profit.
None of that answers the question Stephen posed to himself. What is Tesla, and what's in it for you, Stephen? But the good news is that there's more footage of his uninvited visit to Tasha's house.
Alright, so let me show you something. So, here, go ahead, you want to take on? Okay. So look there at the left, you see the trade button, click that.
Okay.
Great, and that's all you need to do each morning. But let's check back in a minute or so. So okay. Let me ask you, Katie, how easy did you find it to get the software set up yesterday?
Oh, it was really easy. I just, followed the instructions in the email after I'd registered.
Oh, hang on a second. So the Tesler app just initiated a new trade. Let's keep half an eye on that. Okay. So you received an email from us, and What did you have to do? Just so our viewers can get a feel for it.
Oh, sure, yeah. All I did was I clicked the link in the email, and that took me to the software page where I filled out like my name and my phone number, and I created a passcode, and then I clicked trade, you know, just as instructed.
And how long would you say that took you, Katie? Like 5 minutes or so? Oh, hey, wait, the trade's in, so let's see. Oh, look, you just made another $240.
Oh my gosh. Wow, this is so cool, Stephen. Thank you.
Oh, really? It was nothing. You were the one who was prepared to give Tesler a try. So, back to the setup. 5 minutes or so, would you say, Katie?
No. I would say it was like less than 3 minutes from opening the email. It really not long at all. It felt like seconds. I think I just put in my name, my telephone number, my email, and the password.
And those were all the details I gave. They definitely did not include my private home address, you weirdo! Katie, you should know I have full control of the Tesler system. I merely triangulated your location from your phone number and your email. I've been outside your house many times, and you never noticed little old me. You can't hide from me, Katie. Nobody can hide from me, Katie. Stephen doesn't like it when people try to hide from him. They need to be punished. Stephen knows what it's like to live hidden from the creatures in the dusk.
Really? That's great. So it's definitely not rocket science. So let me ask you this, Katie. What do you plan to do with all of this new money? A new car, vacation, a new home?
We never get to hear Tasha's answer, but I think the answer will definitely be a new home as far away from Stephen as possible.
So Katie really got to experience the true power of the Tesler app earlier today.
Stephen's getting muddled with time again. He says Katie experienced the Tesler app earlier today, when at the start of the video, his visit was clearly labelled yesterday.
And now it's your turn to join me and start seeing those $5,700 payments hitting your bank account starting today. And I'd like to show you 3 accounts for a second. And it's important you realize I'm not doing this to brag. I can brag once you have received your first $5,700 tomorrow. For now, I want to show you this to motivate you. So let's just take a look at 3 accounts here.
Actually, I think I'll take another look out of the window. Do you know what I reckon? We've established that Stephen's grasp of time is a little hazy. So my suggestion is, the window doesn't show what's out there at the present moment. Instead, it's showing a few short weeks into the future, where we can see the result of Stephen's meddling with the fabric of economics. By turning a vast number of ordinary people into millionaires with Tesla, Stephen wrought havoc on the world's financial systems. The inevitable consequence was a financial crash, depression and turmoil, leading to a vast and terrible war which left planet Earth in ruins, and now only a few remnants of people remain to eke out their existence on the poisoned soil. Stephen's probably safe, just so long as he stays holed up in his ivory tower, so we can continue with his presentation.
Firstly, I want to show you my wife Angela's personal bank account. So I'm going to log in, and of course I have Angela's permission to do this, and I hope you understand I'm hiding certain details here for confidentiality reasons. Right, you can see here that her current balance is just over $1.1 million. And the reason I want to show you this is so that you can get a taste of what $1 million looks like in the bank. Because if you enroll with me today, you're going to see the exact same thing in just 181 days from now. Now the other account I want to share with you here is my son's bank account. So let me log in here. And again, I have his permission to do this. Plus again, we will edit or blur out some private details for confidentiality reasons. So look here. You can see Nathaniel has around $374,257 in his checking account. All, of course, courtesy of me. So in other words, my son is more than comfortable with his finances while he finishes his final year at university.
It's interesting that Stephen says his son is at university, and that he, Stephen, provided all his dosh, whereas earlier he said his son was a beach bum, and stated that Tesla was suitable for him.
I'm pleased to say he has his head screwed on and respects the money I've gifted him. For that, I'm grateful. Now finally, I want to show you one of my main business banking accounts, partly so you can see that I'm the real deal, but also so you can see I really have more money than I will ever really need. So it's this that gives me the time and the freedom to be able to help others like you. Okay, so you can see here my personal balance in this one account is over 137 million US dollars. In fact, on this page you can also see the Tesler payments that hit my account each day too. So again, you can see I'm the real deal and I'm in a very fortunate position.
Stephen says twice that he is the real deal, but his only evidence is some mocked-up banking screenshots. That's not proof. And as a made-up character, he is not particularly real. Should we tell him? The scammers want us to think this opportunity is running out, and now there are only 6 places left. Then that rapidly drops to 5. They want us to panic, because if we're anxious, we are less likely to think the situation through rationally. Instead, we will act impulsively.
Where helping others is far more rewarding for me than making money is. All you need to do to get started is just enroll on this page. On the next page, I'll show you a live demo of how Tesler works. So if you really want to change your finances and your life today, enroll on this page, then watch the live demo on the next page, where I will show you anybody can make $237 in under 3 minutes, then repeat it over and over again throughout the day. Enroll here to get 100% free access to the software and see the live demo on the next page. 1. Fill out your name and email on this page. 2. Download the Tesler app on the next page. 3. Launch the Tesler app. It doesn't matter if you're using a desktop computer, laptop, tablet, or smartphone. The Tesler app can run seamlessly on each and every one of your devices for huge daily profits. And it doesn't matter if you have no prior trading experience, because everything is 100% automated. You're guaranteed to win big.
In fact, the scammers prefer their victims to have no trading experience, because that will make us easier to fool. Obviously, the only thing that is guaranteed is that the scammers will steal all your money. Although Stephen says you just have to download the Tesler app, giving a phone number will lead to being barraged with calls from the scammers running the fraud, encouraging you to invest more and more of your money, supposedly so you can increase your profits each day. The app will show profits going into your account, but that is just an illusion.
Let me explain why the Tesler app is unique in its ability to make steady profits every trading day and ultimately put money into your checking account. Now I know some of you will be wondering what makes Tesler unique. Well, in summary, it's because of this. The software is set to trade only a set amount of up to $85 US per trade, depending on a wide number of market variables.
Oh sorry, market variables. My mistake.
And to trade a maximum of 12 times per hour. Because our trades only lose on average 1 trade in every 98, your money is never, ever at risk. Also, if on the very rare occasion Tesler loses a trade, only once in 98 on average, it halts all your trades and notifies you. This is great for you and actually means you make more money each day. Your Tesler software then requires you to click Trade to activate it again. This gives you all the time you need to reboot with confidence, because in 97% of cases, your account will be way ahead in profit anyway, well before you ever experience a single $85 loss.
So it loses only 1 time out of 98, and in 97% of cases our accounts will be in profit before we make a loss. The similarity of those numbers suggests they have been chosen to confuse, and just leave us with an impression that Stephen has talked about high numbers.
And just to put your mind at ease, we will credit you with $85 if your account ever slips in the red. So if at the end of the trading day your balance is just below $5,700, we'll make up the difference for you. But so far in 18 months, none of our Tesler members have even come close to going into the red. Your money is well and truly safe.
We just can't lose. How are things getting on outside the window?
This software is 100% risk-free and completely life-changing. To get your very own Tesler app right now, simply enter your name and email right next to this video. I suppose the only question left now is, can you handle earning more than $5,700 every single day? more than $170,000 every single month.
The only question left for me is how these scammers sleep at night, telling such terrible lies.
That kind of cash will change your life. Your life as you know it now will be over forever.
He's back to being creepy Steve. Your life as you know it now will be over forever.
Once you've experienced real wealth, there is no going back. Are you ready for that kind of change? The thing is, your life may be different, but it will be better. No more debts. No more answering to other people at work. No more early mornings or rush hour traffic. Rather, a life of endless luxury and stress-free relaxation. So, if you think you're ready and mentally prepared to have $237 landing your account every single hour,
the copywriter really is laying it on with a trowel here. Of course we think we can handle being rich, even if it leads to world destruction. Stephen now repeats the message to convince us that we will definitely get the money.
then continue watching as you're just moments away from becoming one of our super wealthy members. Actually, let's pause for a moment so you can think about how you'll feel this time tomorrow. What will you do when you see that minimum $5,700 in your account? Jump for joy? Call your family? Run to the mall and splash out on a new phone and wardrobe?
That wasn't my first thought of what I would spend $5,000 on, no.
Or will you play it cool and go about your day as normal? Well, whatever you do, you'll need to get used to it because you'll be seeing those same numbers deposited in your account every single day forever.
Well, it won't be every single day, Stephen, because earlier in the video you said it worked 5 days a week because that's when the markets are open.
Everything you've ever dreamed of could be yours just a few days and weeks from now.
Everything I've ever dreamed of? I'm not sure that is an attractive idea. I've seen some weird things in my dreams. Perhaps Tasha was right, and downloading the Tesler app really does open up a portal to some Twilight netherworld.
Start small. The new phone, some new shoes, that fancy meal.
The meal doesn't look that fancy or particularly appetizing. I think I'll go for the veggie burger instead.
Then by next month, think about the new car, the dream vacation. Take your time and enjoy it. You'll be generating that life-changing amount of cash with zero risk to your current financial situation and with no prior trading experience, and all from less than 2 minutes setup per day. And why is this software so incredible? Let me explain what is unique and potentially revolutionary about our patent-pending Tesler software using an example.
Here comes the science bit. Concentrate.
How will Tesla Investments' clever coding compete with Quantum Code's uncanny abilities of precognition?
So, let's imagine the software is about to trade in the next 2 seconds. Right, boom, it just placed a trade. Now here's where it gets interesting. In a fraction of a second prior to the trade being placed, it retrieved and computed a huge amount of market data going back the past 60 minutes. In effect, it back analyzes the markets and takes specific measurements of what was happening in the global markets during that 60 minutes leading up to the successful trade. In other words, it grabs everything it's programmed to analyze leading up to the trade in the 60 minutes leading up to the trade. All this takes place in under 8/100ths of a second. It then applies an incredible calculation we call the Tesler principle. So for example, the software analyzes market variables in the 60 minutes prior to the winning trade it just made in under 8/100ths of a second. Market variables such as percent change in the NASDAQ in the past hour, that is percentage up or down, percentage change in the Dow Jones in the past hour, again percentage up or down, percent change in the FTSE in the past hour, percent change in the price of gold in the past hour, percent change in the price of oil in the past hour, percent change in the exchange rate between the top 10 currencies against the dollar. Now here's where the science gets really hot, because while the software is back analyzing all these variables, it's also taking account of what text is being published on news websites such as CNN, Bloomberg, the BBC, and it analyzes the breaking news sections looking for certain trigger keywords like war, political unrest, earthquake, currency crash, in effect any trigger words that could signify spontaneous market reactions. All this in 8/100ths of a second. In effect, The list is endless and includes way more variables than I can list here. In fact, the number of variables the software analyzes is over 3 million. 3 million. It then calculates the likelihood of that pattern repeating again within a certain time, usually the next 60 minutes, and within a band of mathematical probability. We call this pattern that led up to the trade the lead pattern. If the probability of that particular trade's lead pattern occurring again is greater than 93% at any given moment, in the following 60 minutes it trades again instantly, just when the variables cross the 93% mark. It then repeats the back analysis process based on the new successful trade's lead pattern and repeats another trade just as the Tesler principle passes 93%. And let me be very clear about something here.
I wish you would be very clear, Stephen, because that explanation you just gave made absolutely no sense whatsoever. I've listened to it several times now, and I'm still none the wiser. A suspicious mind might think it was a load of supposedly impressive verbiage designed to bamboozle us. As ever, if you don't understand how a money-making scheme is supposed to work, and this one is not remotely credible, then the rule is, don't risk a single penny of your money. Stephen says it processes over 3 million items of information in 8/100ths of a second. That's 0.08 of a second. I think that would be a big ask of Tesler's single mainframe computer. Also, searching for keywords could lead to false positives, because words are used flexibly. There might be breaking news that the UK Prime Minister has declared war on traffic cones, John Major's Cones Hotline, or a celebrity has lost a battle with illness, or there has been an earthquake in the football transfer market. And how many languages would Tesler be searching? The copywriter didn't think of that one.
The 93% probability of a pattern repeating does not mean a 93% chance a trade will succeed. No, the 93% is just a probability that the patterns of the markets and exchange rates, etc., will repeat in a measured space of time, typically with our software of 60 minutes. In fact, the chance your trade will succeed is actually nearer 97% because of the Tesler principle. Because this simple Tesler principle has the power to change lives, let me recap in layman's terms what is actually happening here. So you can see here the timeline of 60 minutes leading up to our successful trade. And within 1 second of the trade expiring and winning, the Tesler software starts to analyze all the data in our mainframe computers relating to a host of market variables like the NASDAQ percent changes in that 60 minutes as well as all the other factors. It then calculates the probability of that pattern repeating again in the next 60 minutes. This is an ongoing calculation, and if the outcome passes 93%, the Tesler principle, it trades again in 8/100ths of a second of that 93% being reached. Because Tesler is automated, it means that our privileged users only need to open the app each morning and click trade. This in effect reboots your software app. You can do this on any of your devices, your laptop, your cell phone, tablet, whatever. The reboot takes under 2 seconds and reconnects your app to our mainframe in downtown New York.
Something must be happening because there's music playing behind Stephen as he talks about our mainframe in downtown New York, which doesn't sound that impressive, to be honest.
Now you probably heard in some of these mumbo-jumbo binary scams out there how
Mumbo-jumbo binary scams, Stephen? Like this one?
How so-called super-fast data using flexitron cosmic capacitors and light-speed data transfer, yeah, I know, systems are what makes their phony software work.
Those made-up phrases make exactly the same amount of sense as your explanation of the Tesler principle, Stephen. I achieve it all by casting a magic spell.
And let me tell you, it's all BS.
The copywriter has sneaked in a subliminal message here to tell us this whole video has all been BS. You can't say I didn't warn you.
Do not under any circumstances confuse the Tesler app with any of these phony, scammy, so-called binary systems out there. Any reasonable internet connection on Earth is more than enough to make winning trades on Wall Street. Even if you are on some ultra-weak broadband connection in the middle of the outback, the connection will still be fast enough to do what you need to do. The secret to the success of Tesla is quite simply in the software's ability to predict a successful trade and the speed of the app on your device, a computer, laptop, tablet, or mobile phone. And the Tesler app is designed in such a way it does what it needs to do incredibly fast, even on the oldest and slowest of devices. So that's definitely not a barrier for you. The fact you are hearing this tells me that your device is more than adequate to run the Tesler app. So let me repeat. The success of any true, honest binary trading software has nothing to do with the speed of data transfer between it and the markets. That's 100% lies. The secret to success is these two factors. One, the software's ability to predict the winning trade, and I've just explained why Tesla can do this better than any other software out there. Two, the speed of the software on your device. Again, Tesla is designed to work ultra fast no matter how slow or old the device. So with your new Tesla app waiting for you on the next page, we have both of these covered, my friend.
I'm not your friend, and you certainly aren't mine. How are things developing outside? The number of places is going down again. Stephen repeats his urgent message, and the sales pitch is over.
You see, the Tesla app has been developed because of these two essential requirements. This means that you can start making $237 every single hour starting right now. Can you imagine? $237 every single hour, every single day for the rest of your life. That's $5,700 today, $5,700 tomorrow, and $5,700 the day after that, all tax-free. And this is an entirely risk-free opportunity as you have nothing to lose. I'm giving you the Tesla app completely for free. Just click the button next to this video and you'll have your own copy of the Tesla app just 90 seconds from now. Again, I'll explain exactly why I'm doing this on the next video. You don't even need any prior trading experience to make thousands of dollars. In fact, you could place your first ever trade today automatically with the Tesla app and then have more than $1 million in your trading account just 6 months from now. It really is that simple. All you need to do to start making hundreds of dollars per hour and $5,700 per day is register right here next to this video. There is no other software like this out there on the market. Wall Street would kill to get their hands on software as impressive as the Tesla app. And just to reiterate, the success of this software has nothing to do with the speed at which it trades. This app can run flawlessly on any computer or mobile device, so long as you have a steady connection to the internet. The Tesla app takes just a few minutes to set up each morning, and you'll be reconnected to our mainframe in downtown New York. Cashing in with the Tesla app is the easiest money you'll ever make. So register right here next to this video. I'll see you on the next page to get you started.
Looks as though some of the mutants are making an assault on his office tower, so it's time for us to leave. This scam video looks as if it had a much smaller budget than Quantum Code. There are only 2 locations. Stephen Abrahams doesn't have Michael Crawford's team of programmers to back him up, and he doesn't enjoy a trip in his own private jet from one airport via Hawaii and a time loop to the same airport he'd taken off from a few minutes previously. It also appears to be aimed at a younger demographic of 20 and 30-somethings, going by the ages of Stephen, Katie/Tasha, and the majority of the supposed and fake satisfied customers. Underlying it, we have the same flim-flam, featuring promises of untapped wealth using binary trading software based on a technical premise that is total rubbish. Just like Michael, Stephen is an altruist who wants to get back at Wall Street by helping ordinary folks like us, in return for an initial stake of $250. The financial press writes features about him, and the guys on Wall Street have given him a flattering nickname. The copywriter tells the same lies about the reliability of the system and how everybody has made huge amounts of money with it, so we just can't lose. There's a lot of repetition to emphasize the sales message, several fake screenshots to prove that profits are rolling in when they aren't, plus rapidly diminishing availability of this money-making opportunity to instill worry in us that we are going to miss out unless we act now. Despite all these flaws, it is undeniably a persuasive presentation. It fooled many people back in 2016 and 2017, and it must still be effective if a new lot of scammers are still using the video today. Now, I'm not one of the big pro-scam baiters. I am, sir, a mere gentleman amateur. So it's good to know that one of the pros, Deo, went where I would fear to tread. He signed up for the Scam Investments app and engaged one of the new scammers. I'll put a link to that in the description below. If you'd like to see what Stephen says after people have been duped into signing up, I'll also put a link in the description to another video on YouTube which has that material. The only notable aspects are that Stephen changes his office and has acquired Tasha's laptop somehow. I suppose we never actually saw what happened in her house after the filming stopped.
Kill Kitty. Kill Kitty. Kill Kitty.
Kill Kitty.
I was just putting the finishing touches to this video when I received a message that explains what happened after that. When Creepy Steve became Crazy Steve, Tasha / Katie's months of martial arts training with special forces clicked into action. Steve didn't stand a chance and was quickly knocked unconscious.
Finish him.
A time-travelling mutant from the future destroyed by Stephen Abrahams then materialised in Tasha's house and offered her a new opportunity that she seized with both hands. She knew that where she was going, she wouldn't need her MacBook anymore. Hours later, Stephen regained consciousness in an empty house. He grabbed Tasha's MacBook and legged it back to the second day of the photo shoot in his office garret with minutes to spare. This clarifies why he was wearing the same set of clothes 2 days running. Stephen went on to change his surname and set up another scam investment company called Swarm Intelligence, but the only video I can find for it has no audio, so there's not much scope for ridiculing that one. Meanwhile, Tasha is pursuing her new mission of being the change she wants to see in a broken world, working with her friends, both mutant and cyborg, to improve the future, one day at a time.